Welcome back to Bible Alive. I'm Dwight Hall and my special co-host, Pastor Mark Howard. Glad you're here today, Mark.
It's great to be here, Dwight, and I have been waiting all week to get back into this message, Special Forces for a Special People. Now, Dwight, you gave this message at the Remnant Rally, and what a powerful message about how we can be God's special people at the end of time. How the practical training that a soldier goes through is just like what a Christian goes through. Now, if you missed it last week, we're going to show a little recap, or you can go to the Media Center at remnantmediacenter.com, and we're going to get right into the message so we don't have to miss any more.
And you know what? Before I got done, he had me signed up to go to Hawaii as a truck driver. I packed my clothes in a suitcase, and I said, I'm going to run away. So I called collect, and my mom answered the phone, and you know what really hit me was that she was crying. And she said, son, we all make mistakes, and I love you. And then she said this, she said, Dad and I believe that you are special. And that touched my heart. I would wear my black beret, and I had my dress A uniforms. It was like your suit, and you could wear your jump boots with that. Only people in the Airborne Rangers or Airborne qualified, and people would look at you as you're walking down those rows or the hallways of the airport, and they would look at you, and they would know that you were special. And I'm sure it was a prideful thing back then, but I felt good. Why? Why did I feel good? Because I felt special. For once in my life, I felt that I was a somebody and not a nobody. And in the Christian walk today, brothers and sisters, when God has called us to be special, so often you and I want to be like the world, don't we? We're afraid to be special. And what are some of the things that, I'll get that out there, I want to share something. What are some of the things that you and I can be special today? What are some of the things that God's called us out to be special? What are some of the things? What's that? Worshiping on Sabbath. We need to take a day. We need to have a day. It's a holy day, not a holiday, right? What else? What's that? Okay, a special diet. Do you know in the Airborne Rangers, we had a special diet? And I was just looking on the internet, and they even have a very regimented diet, more than when I was in there. I mean, they must have had 25 different kinds of cakes and pies. Only the people that were Airborne Rangers could eat at the Airborne Rangers mess hall. But I had a card that said I was in the Army. I could go on anywhere in the base. Thank you, the base, and I could eat anywhere. But only the Airborne Rangers could eat. The Airborne Rangers, they had the best food as far as what they thought the foods were back then. It was a special diet, and yet, why do you think that they did that? Because we had the most rigorous training that you could ever have. And I think I had a lot more than most, because they nicknamed me Smiley. Because I even tell people, even if I'm upset, I tend to smile. And when you have to stand at attention like this and look out there, you can't smile, you can't do anything. And they would walk by and look at me, and I would bite my cheeks, and this would go. And they said, get down and give me 25, Smiley. So I had a lot of rigorous training, but it built me up, and I felt lean and I felt mean. I no longer felt skinny. Because why? Because I was special. I want to read you this creed here. I think it's really good. It says that Rangers, and this is creed, recognizing that I volunteered as a Ranger, fully knowing the hazards of my chosen profession, I will always endeavor to uphold the prestige, honor, and high esprit de corps of my Ranger regiment. Acknowledging the fact that Rangers is a more elite soldier who arrives at the cutting edge of battle by land, sea, or air, I accept the fact, that as a Ranger, my country expects me to move further, faster, and fight harder than any other soldier. Why, brothers and sisters? Why? Because you're special. You've had this. You are going to die for your country if need be. And I have to regress just a little bit. When we would go into the bleachers, we would sit there And they would come up back then and they would scream at us, who wants to kill a commie today? And we'd all scream back, I do, I do, I do. They didn't just give us a special diet. They trained us what? Mentally, to focus. Can you imagine? We could have the most perfect diet, did all these push-ups like I did, all these pull-ups and chin-ups, and do all these runs, but if I wasn't mentally prepared, what might happen in the heat of battle? I'm getting out of here. Forget that stuff. I'm not dying for anybody. Not today, anyways. Today is not a good day to die. No, they mentally prepared us. But what would happen if they mentally prepared us and we weren't physically fit? I could think that I was going to die for my country, but if I couldn't get there, I would be no use to my people or you as a country. Special. Never shall I fail my comrades. In other words, there was teamwork. Danny's going to be speaking this evening on the church rumor mill. We just had a meeting with Nelson Publishers. Nelson Publishers is the largest religious book Bible distributor in the world. And they flew in to see us. I flew in to see them, and they want to work with us at Remnant. And they might want to help us co-publish some books. And I shared with them. They said, well, what do you have that's new? And I shared my book that I have, Special Forces for Special People. It just, as you know, it was hot off the press. And Danny's